Good evening, and welcome to another Lego stream. Okay, so I seem to have forgotten to do my sound check there, but sorry about that. I'm doing Lego because I have my ninth Speed Champions car tonight. Since this is my ninth car, it means that when I finish the build tonight, I will have 1/4 of the Speed Champions Generation 2 collection. So, tonight I will be building the beautiful blue Ford Mustang Dark Horse, and it's one of the cars in the newest wave of Speed Champion sets. Let's go over to the camera. So here is the box. The Ford Mustang Dark Horse is my favorite of the 5 cars in the latest wave. There was also an Audi, a McLaren F1 car with Google Chrome logo wheels on it, and then there was a BMW 2-pack with beautiful red, white, and blue race cars in it. But this is my first car of the 2024 Speed Champions wave. It's the Ford Mustang Dark Horse, um, and I've been ever since I saw the photos for this set. I knew I wanted to front load it towards priority set in my Speed Champions collection. Um, as always, I have my trusty tool. I don't usually use it, but it's always good to have it. And then um, the back of the box, the Speed Champions cars have a tradition of showing the rear view on the back of the box, and also a photograph of the real car. So without further ado, let's get this box open. The seal is now broken, and we can go inside. So we get our instruction book. As usual, I'll be setting the instruction book aside because I have, on my other monitor, I have the PDF instructions. So here you go, corner of my screen, just like usual. And we have some bags, 1, 2, and 3, 4. Wow, that's odd. Speed Champions cars are usually 2 bags each. And here we have 4 bags. And there's a little baggie of wheels here. Little baggie of wheels. We're going to set that aside till we need it later. And let's get the box off the table. And here is the sticker sheet. It looks like 4, 8, 9, 10. It looks like 15 stickers. So really, not that bad for a Speed Champion set. Some of the Speed Champions cars have like 30, 40 stickers apiece. So this is really not that bad. Let's set bag 4 off to the side, and bag 3, and bag 2 setting off to the side until we need them. And here's bag 1 that we will open up and get out. And we also have the standard Speed Champions chassis piece around which the rest of the car will be built. Let's open up bag 1 and get things started. So either they changed the build process, or this is a more substantial build than other Speed Champions cars. Because I'm not used to seeing 4 bags for a single car. And I mean, there's no side builds. Speed Champions Generation 2 hasn't done side builds. With the exception of all the way back, the very first wave of Speed Champions Generation 2 back in 2020. The first 2 packs had like a starting gate for the race, but they haven't done anything like that since then. So it's unusual to see more than 2 bags for a single Speed Champions car. But now that we have a pile of parts, let's get into the instructions. And the first page tells us to open bag one, tells us to grab the chassis, which we just did, and now we have to put together the driver. And the driver, let's find it. There's the hair. Okay, so that's cool. Speed Champions has a tradition of having a one girl and one boy driver in the two packs, but this is the first single pack I've seen with a girl driver. Actually, when I went back through all the sets to count how many spare wrenches I would need, I noticed that only two of the single pack cars ever had girl drivers, and so there's definitely uh, Speed Champions is a male driver dominated line. But here's our driver lady for the Ford Mustang, and there's some. So yeah, her sweatshirt says Mustang Dark Horse on it, and then on the back there's appears to be for a Mustang logo. I like that back print. And so we go on to the next page, and it says we're supposed to give her a silver wrench. So she does get her own wrench. We don't need to go into the spare wrenches baggie for this one. And it says we're supposed to give her a helmet. Oh, and that's interesting. This helmet is in gray. All the Speed Champions helmets I've seen so far are either white or black. Most of them are black. There were a couple whites. This is the first gray one that I'm seeing. So it's nice to have something a little bit different in the new wave. So as usual, we have to attach the visor to the front of the helmet. And we're not going to put it on her yet because she doesn't have a car to drive yet, so she doesn't actually need to wear the helmet right now. All right, we got the helmet put together. This is our gray helmet. Standard Speed Champions helmet shape, but this time different color than usual. One last look at the driver, and we will, as usual, we will set her on the table to watch the build. And we'll put her little accessories over there as well. That's good enough. All right, so we'll take our chassis, and it looks like we're starting with two little 1x1 rounds in the corners of the chassis. And as usual, standard Lego disclaimer, I'll do as much as I can on screen, but my fingers get in the way, especially with tiny pieces. So we need this one, and then this one. And that'll go in there like that. One of the cool things about Lego builds and Speed Champions in particular is watching as the all the various different shapes come together to make the unique shape of each car. And for that reason, I will be collecting all 36 of the Generation 1 cars. But we're a quarter of the way there after tonight. We're making progress. And I have my next 4 cars on order as well. But there's a 2-pack and 2 singles. You probably won't see Speed Champions again from me until, well, I might do one of them next week, depending on how things go. But I do have a special Lego set planned for Earth weekend, but it hasn't arrived. It hasn't been delivered yet. I'm getting concerned that it's not going to be delivered on time. If my Earth Day set doesn't arrive for Earth weekend, then I won't be able to do it till Earth Day itself has passed, because we have scheduling conflicts in the early part of the week. It just so happens that Earth Day coincides with the Jewish holiday of Passover this year. So if my Lego set doesn't, if my Earth Day set doesn't arrive in Saturday's mail, then I'm not going to be able to build it till Wednesday. And Earth Day itself is Monday. And I have prior commitments Monday and Tuesday for the holiday. Well, as long as I get it in within Earth Week. I guess that's all that matters. But we're not going to talk about that. Today we're focused on this set. We got to focus on Speed Champions tonight. All right, how does this line up? Okay, so it looks like we're actually building the interior of the car first this time. And I can see we're about to get our first sticker. So that's the number 3 sticker. Speed Champions has a lot of stickers, but you know that by now. This is a car logo, so I want to make sure it's straight. Well, that's not too bad. There's our first sticker. It's the Mustang Dark Horse logo, and we're just going to stick this on the car here. And it says we're supposed to put in over here, we're supposed to put one of these in, and then a steering wheel. And then we're already going to be putting on the second sticker on this page. It's good to get some of the stickers out early. So there's a tile, well, not really a tile, but a clip. Well, kind of tile, but with clips instead of anti-studs. And then we want the number 6 sticker. How is the sticker oriented? Dials on them. Okay, so it looks like the sticker that I'm about to put on is represents the part of the console. That is totally not straight, but wasn't pressed down all the way, which means we can fix it without damaging the sticker. So here's what this sticker looks like. It's not, I didn't get it perfectly straight, but considering it's a small print interior detail, I don't think it's noticeable, that terribly noticeable. So we'll stick this inside the car where it's meant to be. Hmm. There. No, that didn't connect to the studs. Okay. Alright, tell you what we're going to do, because we don't want to break the clip. And I've had clip pieces break on me, snap on me before, but generally that's been older clip pieces, but better safe than sorry. So we got that, and now we will take this assembly. We will take this tile. Oh, maybe it's... No, it is meant to line up like that. Okay, then. Alright, I'm not sure what the problem is then. This looks like the steering wheel is definitely in the way, though. But the steering wheel is meant to be lined up on those. So what's the problem then? What do I not have lined up properly? Okay, that can only go there. Let's see. Okay, that maybe like this. Either way, it's loose, but if I put it in like this, it looks like it has some grip. So then if I pop that in, okay. So that's what it looks like with the console piece in there. And I'm not sure if I have it incorrectly, but at least it's holding now. So now it looks like we're building seat details. So we got to take these 2x1 slopes. So yeah, the cars that I have in the queue right now are actually the rest of this year's wave. They were relatively easy to get compared with some of the retired cars. So the next few cars you'll see on the series are most likely going to be the 2024 cars. And we have to build one more of those seats. So yeah, those 4 cars will take us to unlucky number 13. So I'm trying to secure one more set as part of the next 4 sets as well, so that we don't actually end up at any given time with 13 total cars. We would be doing a 2-pack once we complete the 12th car in order to skip from 12 to 14. Obviously, while we're building the 14th car, there will still be 13 total complete cars in the middle of that stream, but at least we won't have 13 cars, period, between streams. And that seat will go over here like this. And I just dropped a piece. But the piece that let me see. For now, I'm going to hope that that was just an extra piece that I dropped. In fact, I see an identical piece in front of me, so I'm not too worried about that right now. Oh, interesting. Instead of regular round plates, we have these little tiny flower-shaped ones. Um, yeah, you can see the flower shape around the edges. I'm sure they won't be visible in the final build based on their placement. So that's kind of interesting. And it looks like we have a, yeah. So the piece that I thought I dropped, here it is. So I'm hoping the one we dropped was an extra. And it's just a little microphone piece pushed in the middle of the car to be the stick. Let me give you a better view of that piece before we close it off. This is the classic microphone minifigure microphone piece. And hold on, did I mess up a color placement? No, that's just the way the light is reflecting off of it. We're good. Okay. And then there's some transparent half circle tiles that we put on the back section here, like this. You can't even see these, so I wonder what they're for. I guess we'll find out soon. Okay, and here we're going to build a big sub-assembly. Okay, that one almost rolled off the table, but I managed to catch that one. There it is. And then there's a tile. That's a gray tile. And this is the sub-assembly we just built. And then this unit looks like it goes onto the back of the car over those transparent tiles we placed. So yeah, those transparent tiles are really nothing. They're just getting covered up. And it looks like these are the tops of the backs of the seats. So that's what the seats look like with the little clips attached to the top. Well, the headrests, I should say. And then it looks like we're going to put on some brackets to the side of the car here. considering that there's no red visible in the pictures we saw in the box, um, assuming that all of these red pieces we're putting on are structural bits that get covered up. And it looks like we're going to put in some more of the flower petals that also are probably going to get covered up. And that says it's supposed to be resting straight. Let's try this one more time. Yeah, there's no way to make that piece rest straight. Not with everything else that's surrounding it. So we're just going to leave it as is and pray it doesn't snap off. And now I'll turn this sideways because it looks like we're beginning to work on some side detailing here. Oh, and these two wedges we're about to place represent our first little pieces of the car's distinctive, or the car's dark blue exterior. These are the first little pieces representing the actual color of the outside of the car. That'll go on there, and this attaches. I want to make sure I do this correctly on the first try. So that lined up. And then I have to do another one of those with, of course, the opposite wedge. There's not too much dark blue in this parts pile, meaning most of the exterior of the car is going to be in later bags. Okay, so now we're doing another sub-assembly, this time with one of these big brackets. And it looks like we have to do another sticker. Okay. And this is the number 1 sticker. So it looks like this is going to be, the sticker is the door handle. Speed Champion's doors are non-existent. You remove the top canopy of the car to put the driver in, but they do have the door detailing shapes. That's what the door handle looks like in this case. And then we need to put on another slope and a tile. Yeah, that's just a regular tile. So this is what this assembly looks like. And this will attach here to the side like this. And of course that console piece came off again. And there's nothing to hold it down on that side. So yeah, we only have a single stud connection right now for this section of the wall. And of course this console continues to keep popping out. It'll be more secure, of course, once we're not handling it as much. But yeah, there's only a single stud connection for that wall panel we just built. That's what it looks like so far. And now it looks like we're going to do one of the similar arrangement for the other side. So those bits are on, and now we'll build up this panel. And we need to find the other slope, and we need to attach the other #1 sticker. And then you've already seen how that sticker goes, so it's exactly the same as on the other side, so we're not going to lose seconds on it. And then this section will, yeah, that's not right. Let me do a quick fix. I did not put the slope. I'm glad I noticed that before it became a real problem and would have been much harder to fix. So yeah, this car structure does not seem very stable yet. Well, I'm sure that later bags will help us fix some of these stability issues. But yeah, this is what it looks like with these two wall sections on. Okay, and then we come here behind the console. We're supposed to take these two bits, and these should These should help secure the bits a little bit at least and hold them in place. All right. It's getting a little more stable, but they're still wobbly. And then this section, that's why things are messed up. It looks like I missed a piece somewhere. That's why the console is not working. That's why things were not working. There was supposed to be an extra plate layer. I completely missed that. Now, if we go and put this where it's supposed to go, it is secure and it holds in place. And we just fixed that issue with the console, and it didn't even take me 3 minutes to do so. So where were we now? All right. So now that we have that in place, now that the console is fixed, I can take this snot brick. It's called studs not on top because it has studs on the side. We can put it there and we can continue on. I am glad we caught that before the fix would have been impossible. And we're doing some more of the dark blue framing now, it looks like. And some more of the red structural flowers in between them. Okay, so it appears on this step, we're going to be framing up this side of the car. There's some wedges and, no, there's a wedge and some slopes. So this wedge will come here like this. And then there's this will go on there. And then this piece will go on here. And now the outside of the car is beginning to take on its color. And now we're going to do an assembly here. And this assembly will get a sticker. And the sticker is, oh, this is cool. Let me put the sticker on and then I'll show you. All right, this is a very tiny logo on the sticker, but it's the same Dark Horse logo that's on the back of the driver's sweatshirt. And this will just, I always have to drop something, but I see where it fell. So this will attach in here like this, leaving only one stud exposed on this side of the car. And then we come around to this side of the car and we're going to build up the same side structure for this side of the car, it looks like. So that piece. And yeah, it looks like these bits that we're putting on are going to help the parts of the car stay solid. Oh, this wall came off. So I'm not don't speak too soon. Okay. Okay. So that's that. That's the side plating done. And now we can do the same bit for this side. And so this also gets one of those logos. And since I already showed you the logo on the other piece, and this section is the same, you've seen it. I'm not going to show it again, at least for right now. And then this will attach to the side of the car like this. And now the walls do appear to be secure. And so it says to pull in bag 2. So let's pull the spare pieces aside so I can count them later. So this is our bag 1 progress. And it's totally breaking from Speed Champion's build tradition. You'll recall in the previous cars we've done, if you've seen my previous streams, bag 1 was like the chassis and the back half of the car, and like bag 2 was the interior and the front half of the car. This bag, we started with the interior, and then we just built around these central walls, but there's no back or front of the car yet. So it's kind of interesting how this bag breaks from how this car is breaking from Speed Champion's build order tradition. But yeah, this is what we look like after bag 1. So you can see the car chassis, and the walls have started to take shape, the outer walls. But we got to get up the rest of the car. So let's pull out bag 2. And bag 2 looks like it has a bunch of bigger pieces in it, which is good because that means we're going to start building up some of the car's structure in bag 2. I never throw out my assembly bags until the whole model is done. Sometimes a little tiny piece gets stuck in the bottom of the bag and you think it's missing or it's lost or you dropped it somewhere. And to avoid that situation, I just don't throw out the bags until I'm done, because that way if I seem to be missing a piece, I can go back and check. Hasn't happened to me yet, but it has happened to my brother, so I know it's a thing that can happen. So, okay, so we want to start by having the car console facing away from me like this. Well, it's facing towards the camera, but you'll see what we have to do here. So it looks like we're building, we're building where the axles for the wheels are going to go, the back wheels, because we're putting these pins, these Technic pins in. And these pins are probably what's going to hold the wheels in the back. I'm sure there's a similar piece that we'll be putting up front later. But I don't see that in this bag. It's probably one of the later bags. Okay, in this section. So this just slots under the chassis like this. And the shaping we already have on the chassis is going to line up with those corner plates like that. So that's what we did in this step. And now we're going to do we're going to start setting up the shaping for the back, what looks like the back of the car now. So there's this plate with clips and what looks like bars with clips that we have to put into the side studs like this. And so this is the sub-assembly we just built, and this attaches onto the back of the car there like that. And then we put this brick in here, and then two of these Technic cross hole bricks here. Let's see if I can put the action better towards the camera for this. The car's not too heavy yet. It looks like those, we get these long axle pin connectors here. Be interesting to see what we're doing back here as this section takes more shape. Okay, so we're going to build a sub-assembly. Oh, we've been going almost an hour. This is one of my slower builds, but we had those issues before, so it's not a big deal. Every car will be given as much attention as it needs and as much time as it needs to shine. Okay, alright, I see what's going on. There's meant to be a bracket hanging over that, what I just put together. No, that's not the right kind of bracket. This is the one I want. It's subtle, but it does matter. You want to make sure you're using the correct bracket when you're doing bracket sections. Okay, and how does this section go on? So this, okay, so the hole in that section goes over the pin like this. So it looks like we're building the exhaust pipes of the car right now. And then those pins are to hold it in place. And just look. Yeah, it looks like that's what we're doing. So we'll do the same pipe structure for the other side now. And I know that my fat fingers get in the way when the pieces get tiny. I do my best. That's part of the reasons I keep the instructions on screen so you can follow along. Because you can't see all the pieces that I'm actually operating with. Because my fingers get in the way. And so these pipes will then push on to this side like this. Or not. Oh, we will get these pipes on. We got the first pair of pipes on, and so we will definitely get this pair on as well. We just got to be more careful and not send them flying. Okay, we've got the pin lined up into the hole. We just got to press this into place, and we got to make sure it's flush like that. So we have the exhaust pipes lined up now. And there's still parts of the pin sticking out, meaning we're going to connect something else there too. So now we're doing some wheel arch detailing. And we put one here over the axle on this side. And these should be lined up a little better. And then we will take the other wheel arch and we will set that up. And this wheel arch, of course, will go over here on this side, like that. And now we're doing another sub-assembly. And it looks like this one has more of these pinholes on it. Okay, and we need to build this. This sub-assembly has a sub-assembly. It's not uncommon in some of the more complex builds to see things like that. So there's a curved slope. There's some wedges to do some shaping. Okay, that's not the correct piece, obviously. And then there's what appears to be a black wedge as well. Interesting. No, that's blue. We want the black one. No, that's definitely the... Okay, bear with me a second. Looks like they might have given me some incorrect pieces, but at least if they did, the incorrect pieces are symmetric and won't affect the final look too much. Those are blacks. These are navies. Wow. These colors are all very similar. But I think I found our black wedge. Let me put that on. Yeah, that appears to be correct. So this goes onto here. So that's a pin. And then this lines up with the brackets like this. And this is going to pin on to the end of that pin like this. And make up some of the shaping for the back end of the right side of the car. And I assume, yeah, we're going to do the same thing for the other side. But this time, we've already done We've already done our color studies, so it should be a bit more efficient to put this side together. And we're just about at the hour mark now, but that doesn't matter. The special Earth Day stream, I know, is going to be multiple hours. I think it's a 900 piece set. I had the other piece. And, yeah, there it is. Okay. Yeah, that's on correctly. So we take our pin and we take our panels and we take the whole section and we attach it to the other pin like this. And now you can see the back of the car is starting to get some a little bit of shaping. And then we get these long plates that will secure those sections we just put in. If we can get them to line up properly. Yeah, we need to have the stud exposed, then we can press that plate in. The headrest of the seat was getting in the way. That's what happened there. So those are in. Those bracketed bits we just made are now secure. And now we can continue building up the back of the car. There. We have lots of exposed clips around this back right now. They must be used for some shaping. All right. Okay, so we're going to do, we have a translucent red plate, or a transparent red. Trans red, they call it. Are we, I think we might be starting the back lighting structures. Some more of the trans red bits here. And then yeah, no, those aren't supposed to be transparent plates. Those are supposed to be standard dark blue. And this will go on here like this. And I just used the wrong tile for that because this tile has some logoing on it. I did not even notice. Yeah, we're supposed to use this plain tile. Don't worry, I'll show off that tile once. I'll show off that other tile with the printing once it becomes relevant. Now we've saved that. And then we take there's this double slope piece. And then these tooth pieces. Well, I call them tooth pieces. And these go on like this. So this is the assembly we just built. And it will go, it looks like it wants to go onto the lower row of clips over the exhaust pipes like this. And that just snaps on and rests over the exhaust pipes like that. And the back of the car looks like it's beginning to come together now. We're going to do another sub-assembly. This one also has a plate with bar, so I'm assuming that this will go on the top pair of clips back there. That's just an assumption, though. Now we get that printed tile. And this printed tile has very tiny that same Mustang Dark Horse logo. I can't get it to focus though. But yeah, that's the same logo that we saw on the stickers on the sides of the car and on the back of the driver's outfit. And it looks like there's another copy of that printed piece and that printed tile. And this one, oh, that's clever how they do it. So this one partially covers over the other one, but it allows the printed red lighting to continue. And the logo is actually on this one. And then we flip that over and we attach that to the top clips. Snapped right into place. And that just folds down over the other section. And that's what it looks like. That's what the back of our car looks like. This is really starting to take shape now. So it looks like when we finish bag 2, will be where in other Speed Champions cars where bag 1 would have ended with the middle and the back of the car built up. I'm assuming at least. Now we're just going to keep building up the sections. So yeah, we're almost done with bag 2. Okay, and looks like we're going to do a sub-assembly with a sticker. Here's where we go into these transparent plates. Or these are very dark trans, almost black. And they're very dark, but they're basically these are tinted trans. And then we get this blue slope over it, like this. And then I have to put on a sticker. And which way is the sticker oriented? Okay. So the sticker goes along this curve like this. And runs down the curved slope to the back of the car. And this will go on oof, something's not lined up right. Or maybe it is. I missed a step somewhere, I think. Yeah, I missed the placement of 2 more of these flower pieces. And I think they're meant to go like this. Sorry about that. Not too hard to fix. The sections were still partially exposed, although they had been built up enough that it was tough to squeeze my fingers in there to make the fix. But now that we've done that, let's proceed with the build. Okay. We'll do the same thing. We'll do a similar. I'm going to say not, it's not the same, it's similar because it's on the, it's mirrored. Well, actually, the unit itself isn't mirrored, it's just the sticker placement is a mirror. And this is the number 4 sticker. Which way do we line that up? Obviously, in opposition to that one. So that the car remains symmetrical. So that goes on there like that. And what are these wet little... Hold on. I need to go back and see if those tiles actually got used for anything. Bear with me, I want to make sure that we didn't miss anything before we go on. No, we use the slopey tiles there. Okay. Yes, I did miss something. That's what these tiles are for. So these, we have to take off the bits we just put on because we have bits that go in inside the car next to the flower petals like that. I'm glad I caught that before it was a problem. Well, it's still easy to fix. All right, so now we can get back where we were. So here's what the car looks like after bag 2. You can see the back of the car is shaped up, and we're starting to work on the top and sides of the car, and the whole front of the car is still missing. But yeah, from the back, it's starting to look like a car now. Let's bring on bag 3. Okay, and it looks like there's some nice printed piece in this section as well. I will show them off as they become relevant. So we're gonna start off here. And then we have these dark tinted panels. Give me one moment. My phone buzzed. I want to make sure I'm not missing anything important. Nope. Nothing important. Let's continue. So, and then we get this panel on top. Okay. And these bars, oh, that's cool. These bars go on these clips here behind the seats. There's some clips here behind the seats, and we just push this section on there like that. That snaps in and that folds down. And now we have a dark tinted back window section that meets the rest of the slope of the section. Let's carry on. We have some. Okay, so these are the flat black wedges. But I want to make sure I'm picking the correct orientation one. This will go on the back like this. So this is the, I guess that's the tail that most Speed Champion cars have on their back. Most Speed Champion cars have a version of some kind of a tail fin on the back of the car, and I think that's what we just added. Let's carry on now. And so we got another one of these. It looks like we're working on the front um, axle section now. Here are those pins again. That's interesting. This tile with studs here, this is the piece they use. This is the piece they include with every figure in the collectible minifigures blind bag as a stand. A couple of the sets I've had like variants of that printed with various logos, but most of the CMF series just use the plain black bases like that. It's cool that we're actually using it worked into the structure of an actual build here. Okay, this is cool. Now we're getting into those printed curved slopes that I noticed as we opened up these bags. Let me get them on and then I'll show you. So, it's got these printed curved slopes at the front, representing what looks to be going to be the front grille pattern. And then we get this tile, and we get some trans clear quarter tiles. The one I was holding slipped out of my fingers and ran off the table. But this is a piece that they typically pack an extra of, so I'm not going to go dive for it unless I have to. Okay, and then we have some printed slopes, but these slope prints are so tiny that, and they're probably going to be obscured, so yeah, it's just a black square printed on blue plastic. Probably these are, the prints on here are just for coloration details, so they're not logos or actual, they're not anything of consequence, so they're printed, but I'm not going to show these off because the prints don't matter and won't be noticeable. And then we have some wedges filling out the shape down there. Need to find the other wedge. That's not the same color. Yeah, okay, I think I got the correct wedges in place. And then we have to do 2 stickers on those wedges. Okay, so these 2 stickers that I'm about to put on the wedges continue that grill pattern from the prints in the center. And there's only 3 stickers left on the sheet after I place this one. So that's what it looks like with the stickers placed. And this whole section looks like it will attach. How do we line this up? All right, seriously, how do we? Okay, I see how it goes in. So it just plugs in like that. In a similar arrangement to how the base, the bottom section of the back of the car plugged in. Obviously, it's not secure yet. This tile here will do wonders for securing it. This red tile we just placed, yeah, that's not coming off. Yeah, that's secure now. And now we're doing more work with clips and snot. And by now you've seen enough of my Lego videos that you should know the lingo by now. And it's time to do the wheel arches for the front of the car. Okay, how do these line up? Okay, I see. Okay, so it's like that. And now we'll do the one for the other side. This definitely does feel like a meatier build than some of the other cars we've done. It also has a significantly higher piece count than some of the single cars we've done. This isn't the beefiest car in the line, though. There's a few bigger ones, mostly in some retired 2-packs. that one's in. There's a little bit of something there. Okay. There's really not a lot of pieces left for this bag. We are seeing some more of these little flower bits that get covered over, though. And then we get these bar pieces that stick out of the flower bits. Okay, as long as they're even with each other. And then that goes on. And these, oh, this section, it goes down like this. And these bars slide in and plug into the snot brick we put in all the way back in bag one, like that. And this, okay, let me fix that slow piece real quick. Now that I've almost blocked my finger's access to it. Shouldn't come off again. I made sure it was doing good this time. So we have the bottom of that wedge plate sticking out over the grill pattern now, almost obscuring the grill pattern. But we'll see how that develops. We just have a bunch of small pieces now. And we have one of the action bars that minifigures are meant to stand on. And that's supposed to play. Oh, shoot. It's a good thing I found that piece immediately. Oh, I was trying to attach it incorrectly. That's why it wasn't going. We got to make sure this is lined up correctly so that everything's attaches straight when we actually go to attach it. And we get the number 8 sticker on this tile. That's not even all the way on the tile. Hold on. And then this half round trans clear on top, go like that. Okay, so we're using that bar because that bar allows us to attach this at an angle I really can't do this precision bit on camera because this is cool how this, but you can see how that little bar piece there allowed us to put this allowed us to attach this assembly in at a bit of an angle to line up with the rest of the shaping here. However, the tile itself is not securely attached. Let's see here. I'm sure once we put on whatever details go up here at the top, that will hold that in place better. Obviously, it can't be attached any better than it already is as an actual attachment because of how it's set up in order to make that angle, but and I'm gonna have to do the same thing on the other side, making sure everything is lined up properly. And the tile itself just fell off, so let me try and get that back lined up correctly. Yeah, this section is not perfectly straight up. There we go. It's better than it was, but it still feels very insecure. I don't want to play with that joint too much. I hope we put something in to cover over that so that it becomes a little more secure. Meanwhile, we will do another one of those for this other side. Okay, so that goes on like this. And this section will attach the same way on this side. Let's see if I can't get it a little bit straighter. And there we go. That's what it looks like with those two bits attached. And these 1x4 plates, they look like they do extend. Well, we haven't covered over the joint yet. So here's a reverse tile. Basically a tiled bottom with studs on top. That's another unusual piece. But all right, how's this piece lining up? So we have a tile. We have these wedges coming off the side. And it looks like the final sticker. Goes on this reverse tile. And this one we do want to be straight because it continues that grill pattern from below and has a horse logo on it. Very tiny, but this is a beautiful sticker. And this one, uh, it looks like it attaches into the middle like this. And just like that, it's time for bag 4. And bag 4, it shows us that we're also going to want the wheels. But we're going to open up the wheel bag not until we're actually ready for it. So bag 4 doesn't look like it has a lot of pieces, but it looks like it has a lot of little pieces. So it looks like we'll be finishing off the detailing for the front of the car, and then we are going to put the wheels and canopy on. Oh, and the sticker sheet is empty now. We've done all the stickers, so I'll set that aside. We've only got a relative few pages of instructions left. Bag 4 isn't a significant bag, but we definitely do need to finish up the top of the front of the car. Are we supposed to be seeing studs there? I think we are. Yeah, those are supposed to be studs. Okay. Let's carry on. Okay, so it looks like on this structure with a lot of snot and brackets, we're also putting on some clip bricks. Okay. We're using a lot of this bag's pieces just in this sub-assembly. Interesting. Was I off camera just now? I'm sorry. Okay, so this section. Okay, so the clips go onto these bars we put here, I think. I want to make sure I'm pointing it the correct way. Yeah, that just snaps in. And that covers over the whole middle section like that. And then we frame around it like that. And then we put in some of these gray detailing tiles. Making sure to line them all up correctly. And then we're doing what appears to be the front edges of the car with these slopes. Okay, so that fills in the shape of the front of the car very nicely. And then here it looks like we're just tiling off the edges. Like this. And it looks like now we're doing what looks like it's meant to be the side mirror. And then one for the other side. And we're already almost out of pieces. You'll recall these studs that we're plugging these into were laid out for us all the way back in bag 1. Wheel time. So it looks like we want the pentagonal wheels. So let's set aside the 9-spoke wheels because this build wants the 5-spoke ones. And now all we have to do is attach the wheels to the tires, and then okay, no, that's why it wasn't going. They were incorrect. And I read that the reason that wrenches are included is so you can switch the wheels. I just want to make sure I know how to do that. Yeah, it clips right off. So that's why each of the Speed Champions drivers gets a wrench. It's so you can change the wheels in their tires. So I'm going to pop on these first 2 wheels over here on this side. And then I'll do the 2 wheels for this side. And then we're just going to put together the last wheel and pop it in over here on this axle like this. And then we take these 2 long tiles and we're supposed to put them on these studs on the bottom to kind of finish off the side buffers. And then we're supposed to take this tile on top of this canopy So this is what the car looks like before I add the canopy. And since we're about to attach the canopy, I actually want to put the driver inside. So here's one last look at our driver. And I'm going to take her hair off and replace it with the helmet. And I'm going to take her wrench and her hair over here because she will need those. And I will drop her into the driver's seat of the car behind the wheel like that. She's in the car. We'll go ahead and put her hair and her wrench next to her so that I don't lose them. And then we will put the canopy of the car on like that. And there we go. My 9th Speed Champions car is now complete. And here it looks like on the back, here's just an advertisement for it. I'm showing you this because this is all the cars in the wave. And this actually represents the next 3 sets that I have that I've technically bought, but I haven't paid for them all yet. So yeah, you'll see here there's a McLaren F1 with Google Chrome wheels, and then there's the Audi, which is a beautiful black and red car, and then there's the red, white, and blue BMWs up top. That's going to be my next 2-pack. I'm going to have one other 2-pack coming up soon as well, because I have to start getting some of those to fill in my numbers. There's 27 cars total after this, and you're only looking at the next 4 of them right now. So here's the car. It's got some weight to it. This was definitely a slightly more substantial build than some of the Speed Champions cars. And you can see how all the various curves and slope pieces came together nicely to create its shape. There's the front of the car again. And then, yeah, so with these pieces on top, I can't even get my finger in there to try to pop those out. They should be secure at this point. Here's the back of the car again, and those are the exhaust pipes down there that you can't really see because of my poor lighting. And here's the side of the car, and the other side is the same. And if you look through the front, you can just make out the driver in there. But this is definitely a darker tinted window than the other cars in the line. All right. So we finished our car. And so now we need to find someone to raid because we've been going almost 2 hours. This car took us almost 2 hours. This was a more substantial build than some of them. And who do we have to raid? Oh, Issa is still on. How long has she been going? Because she was on before I started. I don't like raiding a stream when they're about to end. Gigi's on and Doodle's on too. We have choices tonight. That's good. I'm checking 3 of my musicians here. McDoodle has way too many viewers. No, it looks like Issa just ended. So, then it's decided then. We are going to... How long has stream been going on? Hold on. We're going to raid Gigi Melodies today because McDoodle has... when there's a choice, I try and pick whoever has fewer viewers. I try and support small streamers. So I'm going to pull the table aside so I can set up the raid. And I will move this to the front so you can see it better. And we will set up the raid. And I know you have Twitchception going on in the corner. Alright, the raid is set up. So, yeah. Speed Champions number 9. The Ford Mustang Dark Horse is in the books. It's a beautiful car. Have a good night. I hope to see you this weekend for my Earth Weekend stream. But if that set does not arrive in time, then we'll do it sometime during the week. And have a good night. The car wants to roll off the table, though.
Sorry. Oh no! I am sleepy. How are you?